tutorial, you're going to need several things. You're going to need a skein of cotton yarn, and I am using the Premier Home cotton. This skein happens to have 131 yards on it. It's 85% cotton, 15% polyester. You can use a blend like this, preferably the more cotton the better. I actually prefer 100% cotton, but this is what I had at home right now, so this is what I'm using. And the colorway for this one is cranberry, and again, this is the Premier Home cotton, 85% cotton, 15% polyester. You'll also need a crochet hook, and I'm using a eye hook. This is my boy ergonomic crochet hook that I was talking about in my previous video. So to begin, we're going to find the end of the yarn. We need to make a slip knot, and you just do that by crossing the yarn over like this. Take it off your fingers, and you can put the hook through, grab the other end of the yarn, pull up a loop, and pull it tight. And then you pull the yarn that is attached to the ball so that it's tight. It doesn't have to be really tight. You don't want your chain to be too tight because you want to be able to work those stitches in there. And you're going to start by making a chain of 25. So to chain, you just yarn over and pull up a loop, and that's a chain 1. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and that's 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and that's 3. You just keep going until you get to 25, and I will meet you at the end of that row. And I went and got a few other things while I was working that chain. I decided to grab my yarn bowl because I wound this yarn into a ball. It wouldn't pull from the center. I was having difficulty, so I wound it into a ball, and so that it doesn't roll all over the place when I use my yarn bowl. This yarn bowl happens to be from the Hagestad Handicrafts website. I really like the bowl. It's a really pretty rosewood. It did have quite an odor when it came though, so I just set it outside for a few days for that odor to dissipate, but it's finally gone away. And the other thing I brought was a little tape measure, and I'm going to show you how that comes into play in just a moment. We're going to work this dishcloth just simply by working rows of single crochet and double crochet. So we're going to start our first row with a row of single crochet. So you crochet into the second loop from the hook, so not the one on the hook, not the next one, but the following one. And to do a single crochet, you just put the hook right here, right in here through this chain, and you yarn over and pull up a loop, and then you have 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops, and that's a single crochet. You're just going to do that in each chain space, or in each chain the whole way along that chain. So the next one, you're going to go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through both loops on the hook. And I'll show you one more time. Go through the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. And that makes 3. By the end of this row, you should have 24 single crochets, and I'll meet you back at the end of this row. Here I am at the end of row 1. You can see I have one more chain to work a single crochet into. So I'm just going to go into that chain, do my yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. Now that takes care of my entire first row. And I took my little measuring tape and I measured the first row, and it measured 6 inches. So what I want to do is I want to crochet up 6 inches so that I have a nice square. So the next row is going to be a double or a half double crochet. So what I want to do is chain 2 at the end of this row, and then I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to go into this very first space here. You can see each one of these stitches has a V at the top. You want to go under both loops of the V. So first you're going to yarn over, then you're going to put your hook through both of those loops on that V. You're going to yarn over again and pull up a loop. Then you'll have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 of those. And again, you're going to yarn over, go through that next V, oops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you're going to do that again, yarn over, go through that next V, make sure you get both of them, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And that is how we do the half double crochet. So we're just going to continue through this row doing half double crochets, and I'll meet you again at the end of this row. So here we are at the end of this row. I have 1 stitch to go here, so I'm going to do a half double crochet in that last stitch. I'm going to yarn over, put my hook through 2 loops there. It was kind of hard to find that last stitch. So put my hook through the 2 loops there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So that takes care of that last row, that second row. And you can see our little pattern starting to form there. So now the next row we're going to do single crochet again. So we want to just chain 1 at the end of this row instead of chaining 2. So we chain 1, we're going to turn our work, and again we're working in this V at the top of these stitches, going under both of those loops, and to do a single crochet we just insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And one more time, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then I'll meet you at the end of this row to continue on to the next. Okay, so here we are at the end of this row, and again I have 1 more stitch left. So I'm going to put my hook through those loops, I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook, and that ends that 3rd row. And the next row is going to be again the half double crochets. So to start that row we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to work a half double crochet all the way across. So again, half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, put your yarn under those 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of this row of double crochet. Now basically all you're going to do for the rest of the dishcloth is you're going to alternate between a row of single crochet and then a row of double crochet. And remember, whenever you get to the end of a double crochet, you're going to chain 1 to prep for your single crochet row. When you get to the end of the single crochet row, you're going to chain 2 to prep for your half double crochet row. And you're going to just keep alternating rows, single crochet, half double crochet, until you get the same height as you have width. And mine is 6 inches, so I'm going to go all the way until I get 6 inches. And then I'll meet you back here once I've got the 6 inches, and we'll talk about how you do a border and a little loop. Okay, so now I have a square piece of fabric that I did. It is about 7 inches by 7 inches. And now I'm going to show you how you do the border. So what we're going to do is just a single crochet border the whole way around. So you're going to start by chaining 1. And then you're going to go down this side. Now you're going to go 1 stitch into each row. So it's kind of hard to tell on the side. You just kind of have to pick your spot where you want to go. So I'm just going to go into each row and do a single crochet all the way down until I reach the bottom. Now I've reached the bottom of my work, I'm going to go into this last row here. And then in order to turn the corner, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to work a single crochet back into that same stitch. And another thing I'm doing as I work the border is that I'm crocheting over this tail, so that way I don't have to weave in the ends later. So now I'm just going to go through each one of these chains that we made in our foundation chain and do a single crochet there. And again, this is kind of the opposite side that you normally work in, so you just kind of have to force your hook in there and do a single crochet the whole way along there. And working this last one, and again I'm going to chain 2 to turn that corner, and I'm going to work back into that same stitch with another single crochet, and that gives me a nice corner there. And then I'm just going to work up the other side, and each row 1 single crochet the whole way up the side, just like we did in the last one. And I work that last single crochet up here. Now I'm going to turn another corner, so I just want to chain 2, and I'm going to work a single crochet back into that stitch. Now I'm going to go the whole way along the top here, and this is the easy part. I'm just going to work single crochets in each one of these stitches in the last row, all the way across until I get to the end. And I'm at the very end. Now if I wanted to finish off, I could do a slip stitch right in this stitch, but I want to show you how you can put a little loop on the end. So all you're going to do is make a chain, and I'm going to try chaining about 10. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch back into this stitch here, which is the first single crochet that we did going around the border. It's a little tight. Okay, then to finish off, I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to cut this thread. So I cut my yarn, and now I'm just going to pull that loop all the way through and pull it tight. And now I have a little hook at the top of my dishcloth. And this is what our finished dishcloth is going to look like. So again, these are very handy. They are very sturdy, and they make great little pot scrubbers. Easy way to practice stitches. So you've learned a single crochet, a half double crochet, single crochet border, and a chain stitch. Thanks for watching.